It is the Rupel Boom episode that I really never wanted to record. Season 24, episode 2, I think it is. Let's get into the transfers. You'll have seen it if you've been around on Twitter. Let's go by fees. You'll see it immediately. Actually, no, we need to sort out by date because, of course, we're just past the January transfer window. Okay. From the very top. Let's do the ins first because at the start of January we had Pedro Fernandez, a Paraguayan centre-back, Robert Whelan, a holding midfielder from Manchester United, Alex Guilani. Some of these I even trialled and they've just not worked out. But the big signing before the January transfer window that came in at the start of January, Marios Gianngoudakis, he is maximum potential, and I've thrown him straight into the first team because of sales that have happened outgoing. We got Loic Martins. Disappointing that he has dropped off the maximum potential. That's £53 million. Slaven Zorica, though, he looks like a Eureka moment. Maurizio Bonfante is a... I think he was on a youth contract. We were able to approach to sign him, and we got him for £1.4 million. I think we might have been able to approach to sign him, but instead just put the offer in, so Inter Milan didn't have any choice in the matter, didn't throw in an offer themselves and give Bonfante a choice at the matter. Let's not beat around the bush. It's done. It is over. The 30-year-old Yael Doubts has moved to Paris Saint-Germain for £90 million. So that's only £10 million less than what we sold him for. Sorry, what we bought him for all them years ago, which is pretty crazy. I would have loved to have got £100 million again, like had him for 10 plus years and then given him back and really not made any loss on him. But really, the financial amount, it doesn't matter, does it? Like, the guy won us X amount of Champions Leagues. He was absolutely stupendous. And we wish him all the best in his new venture, although I don't want to see him winning the Champions League this year. Although it's going to be very difficult for us to win the Champions League. Because we also sold Rui Gonçalves. I thought, well, with a good offer coming in for Rui Gonçalves, we might as well force the hand on Yael Doubts. This was actually me offering him out to clubs. We didn't really have that much interest, but I did offer for 120 million and we agreed on 90. So with these two gone, it was more like sacrificing this year's Champions League for future goods. It was bound to happen with Yael Doubts. It was bound to happen. However, we still got a skeleton there that we could potentially win the Champions League. It's just not that fully fledged unit that we were for the last 6-7 years. There's still some raw potential that we need to tap into to make it like an insane team. But with a good run, with good results, and with good performances, yes, we could still win the Champions League. A few loans. Jose Gonzalez, a Spanish striker from like the under-21s, he went to Tottenham. We've done some other business with Tottenham that I'll get into. Antonio Guimarães, who's a very, very high potential centre-back, goes on loan to Braga. Renaud Leroy, one of our youth intake players, goes to Genk. Very, very low money involved there. It's just really getting him out of the wage structure and about. Leon Verhoek goes as well. This was £170 million, and I think it was the highest amount of money that we'd ever received for a player. I was considering it because he doesn't feel comfortable in the big matches, and I was like, well, if we can get some serious money for him, 170 plus 40% of the next transfer is serious money, then we would definitely say yes. And Boris Zoric goes 20 million, very much at his peak there, and his peak was barely getting into the side. So 20 million, just straight up, that's fine. Werner Stingel also went for a free, but his contract was nearing its end, so that's all good. That's the makings now of a team that could be good in a couple of years' time. We're all right now, but we're leaving ourselves a little bit exposed, okay? Let's go to the squad. We have promoted Wu Zhao Chen. Massive boots to fill, Wu. Him alongside Granelli and Gabbiadini as well, of course, World Cup winner Gabbiadini. They're the front line now, and he's been progressing really nicely, Wu Zhao Chen, at Porto. And it was time for him to make the step up. If he does become one of the world's best strikers, he's already an elite striker, but what if he becomes like a legendary striker like Yael Doubts? The amount of money that I could get for him, just sitting here from like all the kit revenue, the merchandise from his nation of China, it's ridiculous. Like when he was in the under-21s, before he got on loan to Porto, he was our second most shirts sold. And now he's here, actually playing for the team. Scored 47 goals in 57 as well for China. So it's just been insane for him. Yori Voropev has finally made the jump. I really am excited about this guy, although he still needs to learn that attacking mid-left position. But he has all the makings of just this ridiculous player. Physical speed, it's all there. Maybe just think of him like a Russian Gareth Bale here. Like he was basically a left back at the start, but we can see that he's not. It's just so clear that he's not. And when he finally becomes natural at attacking mid left, we'll probably see the best of him. Because we brought in a third left attacking mid with the space that Gonçalves has got. Gonçalves is left. We are actually going to accept what the assistant manager wants from this team and have Havenar as our Mazzala for now, this year, okay? And then when it comes to the summer, we'll consider options, think about it for a second. But there you go. That's what's happening right now. Any other changes? Well, I did bring Bucciano in earlier in the year, probably in the summer, and he's disappointed massively, only having the 4-star potential. Let's have a look. Roger Lopez has come in. Yeah, very just concentrating on progression. Scott McKellar also in that first team. Get Guido. Is it Guido? Guido La Rosa, the 21-year-old Argentinian attacking midfielder that we're trying to like rein in a little bit, try and get him natural in centre mid. He's also in the first team now, just trying to rotate as much as we possibly can. And here's what we did with the Yael Doubts money. Our transfer window had shut 31st of January, I think. Yael Doubts went 1st or 2nd of February. And the day after, no joke, just after our transfer window had shut, one of the news articles was like, Rupel Boom, like massive transfer target. Them transfer targets that you can now apply in Football Manager. Usually I ignore them completely. But this one was very hard to ignore. This was a midfielder who had found his way at Tottenham. Actually, they signed him up for dirt cheap from Barcelona, but they've developed him. He's 26 years old. I know it's a quite like old person for the kind of like the DNA that we try and sign up, but he's world class, and he was available for £90 million. the £90 million that we sold for Yettel Doubts. So effectively, we got a world-class player coming in 4 years younger than Yettel Doubts in a position he's absolutely perfect for Mazzola support, in a position that we've, I don't know, not kind of struggling in, but just throw him in there, couple of seasons, get him sold off at 28, around his peak, quids in, definitely would get around 90 million. We just add in this guy in for a couple of years. He's going to be insane for us, and then we'll make a decision. There you go. It's as simple as that. I think the clause was because we were playing in the Champions League and Tottenham weren't. For anybody who wasn't playing in the Champions League, this guy would have cost a lot of money, but the clause was 90 million, so fair enough. I'll just throw the Yettel Doubts money in. I saw this as a no-brainer, in my opinion. It's like that, that Juan. I wanted Juan from Atletico Madrid all them years ago, but we never were able to get that transfer done. He's similar. Just a player that I think would improve the midfield, especially with Gonçalves out of the equation. Right then. Gonna have a look at the schedule. I know it's like you can see all the greens. There's a lot of players in and out this summer, next winter, whatever. And there's been slight struggles since Doubts left. We got drawn against Manchester United in the Champions League first knockout round, and we were 3-1 up here. I threw a couple of the youngsters in, 3-3 away from home. That could come back to haunt me, but hopefully it doesn't. We'll not be messing about with younger players here. But like I said, I'm going to try as much as what I can this year to get my players boosted as much as possible, improved as much as possible. The likes of Zanetti, that's always shown they could potentially do there immediately. Like you can see here, over the last month or so, he's gone up to 3.5 stars. Presumably that's in Mazzola, but he's never been perfect. A really good fit for attack centre mid, which I don't get it. But he's not been a perfect fit for attacking mid. It's just square pegs, round holes. Square pegs, round holes. Just gonna try and chisel him into a round hole. Who else? Who else do we want to see a little bit of improvement of? Carafina, like we sold Koshak because we have Carafina now. I want to see him 4.5 stars. I want to see Voropev finally become that attacking left midfielder. I want to see a lot of things. I want to see some improvements over Wu Zhao Chen. Just going to try and rotate as much as possible. In like these three here at 2.5 stars, to try and get them some game time. LaRosa as well. He's a bit more hanging on, I guess, because he is slightly older than the other three. But try and get them some game time so they can improve. Roger Lopez is an expensive purchase out there at 47k per week, so eyes on him. It's a development side. And it had to be. As soon as we sold Yettel Doubts, chances of winning the Champions League go from there to about there. You see? So, even though we have, like, the Ballon d'Or winner still, Ballon d'Or winner for the second time running. Let's have a look. Award winners for the Ballon d'Or. Yep. Second time running. Obviously, Yettel Doubts is not available. Or didn't place here because he's been injured for half the year. But we have the Ballon d'Or winner. We have a great team still. We just don't have that talisman. Maybe Gabbiadini becomes the talisman. That's where my eggs are being put into the basket. Because he loves the big matches. he's become this 5-star player. Slightly worse on the mentals, but like everything else is there in comparison to what he was like. And we again comparing it to Yetl Doubts. Whatever. I've shown it now. I think I've shown it all. Let's go and see, before we go into this match, let's go and see Yetl Doubt's final goal for us, because I mean the guy has done so much for us. Massive respect. I think it was a penalty. Was it Croaky Cup semi-finals against Kortrijk? Looks like it. After this, he missed a penalty, but I'm really glad that it is this penalty coming up that I'm going to show you. That was the final goal, because me, Jack, Lozer, I think it was, all watched it together and watched his final bit of history with Rupel Boom. All right. Shout out to Club Brugge beating Liverpool 1-0 away, and could potentially get into this quarter-final draw where they might face us. We haven't had it yet. We haven't had Belgium versus Belgium in the quarter-final. It's got to happen sometime, surely. All right. Well, they are going for Zanetti at Mazzola. I like that. I like that a lot, because he's better than 4 to 3.5 stars. The guy's the exact same as Galetta, albeit like a couple of things shifted here and there. He's very, very similar to Galetta. Comes from the same academy. I don't know why he's only 3 stars, 3.5 stars. Don't make any sense to me. Try and get him a good run of games as well, because if it comes to the summer and someone decides to like throw 60 million at him, which is worth it. Galetta's playing for Man United, actually. Amazing. So we can actually compare. There's Ricardo Galetta. Technical attacking, I don't even think is as good. We got a key highlight. But hopefully, like, because I was even messing about with the team, I'm expecting us to do all right here. But I messed it up a little bit, just throwing on a bit too much in terms of youth talent. I think Voropev scored against Man United, though. That was awesome. Should have shown that goal. Come on, lads. Eber's back with a bit of space. Zanetti. And again, it's it. Okay, kind of came off our own player there. Aski. Carafina. Nice and controlled. Of course, with the 3 away goals, we are in some... well, he's belted that into the top corner. With the 3 away goals, we were in some kind of control. That is 4-3 Rupel Boom on aggregate. And, okay, the goal is scrappy, but the play, top notch. I also think there's going to be like some kind of relief there, because, or some freedom, because Yetl Doubts was probably such a significant figure at this club. Without him, some people need to step up, and some people might be a little bit relieved. Might feel a little bit, a sense of freedom, or a sense that they are now the main man. I think Gabbiadini might feel that way, or Eber's back, because he's winning Ballon d'Ors now, and the ex-Ballon d'Or winner has moved away from the club that the trust is now there with him. Right. So even if they do equalise here, which is quite an ask, because the defence hasn't really changed that much, they are still behind. Go on, Granelli, finish. Let's go. Granelli and what was the other guy? Gabbiadini, G&G. Oh, GG, the partnership GG. Yeah, of course. GG up front, doing all right. clicking now. Get in there. What are they like? Tagged. Let's have a look at the line. It won't show you. Good. I'm glad of that. Hold back. Looks like we're cruising here. Yeah. Yori Voropev scored against Manchester United away, which is just awesome. So I made the changes around the 60th minute, and that's where it all started to unravel. It takes it, holds it, Wu. Also, Wu Zhao Chen. No. So obviously, I've done the subs well before the 60th minute, because Wu Zhao Chen I wouldn't have had. I'm excited. I really want to see Wu Zhao Chen become the best striker in the world. I said we need to consider every avenue of revenue because we are not making the same amount of money of teams in the Premier League and teams in La Liga, the Bundesliga. We need to explore everything. And if Wu Zhao Chen comes good, that's a lot of money in. I'm telling you, that is a lot of money in for the club. I think we're coping with the whole sell players at the prime for extortionate amounts of money, especially now that the Pro League is up to third reputation wise. We are just raking it in because clubs now know that they can't swindle us anymore. We have that slight financial backing. Ricardo Galetta is getting swarmed. And I believe it was from Zanetti. That's awesome. Go on, Gabbiadini. Okay. Okay. Well, so far, even though it's been a very difficult decision to make, it was always going to be a very difficult decision to make. It has proved the right decision. I feel like we're going to draw PSG in the next round. They barely scraped through against Arsenal. Go on, Zanetti, unlucky. They barely scraped through against Arsenal. They'd only won 1-0 at home. And I was like, Angabat, they might actually get knocked out here. But it was a 0-0 draw away from home, which just saw them squeeze through. But the heart really wants Club Brugge if they can do it against Liverpool. Go on, Ebersbach. Playing really well. This would be my greatest achievement right here. If we could take what we have taken away from this side, through midway of the season, and still come out with the Champions League, I would be dead chuffed and incredibly surprised. 2 for Granelli, 2 for Ebersbach. Half time. All smiles here. Let's change it a bit. Gian Gudakis is a ex-Liverpool player. He'll thrive here. If he likes the big games, he'll thrive. We'll have Wu Zhao Chen. Why not? Can't see him hurting the side now. And we'll go for Yori Voropev. So I did say that we weren't going to play the younger players, but I mean, we have really ran riot. Man United have only had one shot, and it wasn't even on target. That deserves a bit of praise, surely. We admire the team. And we try and go easy on them. Let's try and go easy on them this year. It's going to be a strange environment. Ebersbach, Granelli. We're going for another one here. Voropev. It's it. Oh! Wu Zhao Chen. I mean, scoring against one of the biggest clubs in the world, or one of the most well-known football clubs in the world, wouldn't hurt his reputation one bit. Talking about reputation, even though he hasn't won the last 2 Ballon d'Ors, Yetel Doubts is still the main reputation guy, unless his transfers change that. I'll check it. Let me check it, since this game's going quite slow. I'll just break it up into parts a little bit. Yeah, he's moving on to Paris Saint-Germain, and, well, I mean, we don't have a top player in the first 4 now. Sad. Kaye's getting up there. That's nice. Look at this, though. Out of all of these players, only one, of course, the guy that I would have absolutely adored to have, only one is not an old Rupel Boom player. That's absolutely incredible. He's a nice little midfielder. Ain't that something? We have signed some absolutely glorious players up in this club. Another key highlight. I thought it was going to be a lot more nervy than this, but it just turned into party atmosphere. Right, okay, Giangoudakis needs to be careful on that. Granelli could have made it 5-0. Yeah, we've got a few bookings there. Quick time bookings. Free kick, Ebersbach's going to deliver. Oh, yeah, that's Wu Zhao Chen! Money! Financial gain. Yes! So Wu Zhao Chen, and I think it was Granelli were there at the back post, and it was just Wu Zhao Chen leaping higher, wanting it a little bit more. He's 6'4", perfectionist as well. Everything's aiming towards him being a very, very, very good player. We cross the fingers, don't we? 5 minutes left. A bit more praise. Some of the soul is missing. But keep on playing like this, and we'll soon forget about what kind of pain we've just gone through in the January transfer window. Well done, guys. It is 8-3 on aggregate against Manchester United, and I do believe Club Brugge have just about done it. Wow. All right, I think we have the draws here as well. Come on. Here's Club Brugge. Make it a night to remember for Belgian football. That would be absolutely remarkable. Let's view the draws. Automatic draws. What we got anyway? Barcelona, Inter, Paris Saint-Germain, Club Brugge, Juventus, Real Madrid and Sevilla. It's an interesting array. Some teams that I didn't expect. Gonna guess Inter Milan do very well in this competition again, unless they get drawn against us. But then again, they might beat us. We'll see. Come on, Club Brugge. Oh, we're straight out. I'm buzzing. That is it. That's the first Belgian tie in the Champions League knockout rounds. Wow, and we get to miss... Okay, all right, this is a really nice path. This is quite a nice path. Judging by how Paris Saint-Germain faced up against Arsenal, I'm not fancying them to get through that. But it is potentially Yale Doubts against Rupel Boom in the final. I hope it's not. I don't want that. I don't want that for either, because I don't want doubts to beat us, and I don't want to beat doubts. Just don't want it to happen. Hang about. What's happened here? Carafina, broken collarbone. Let's just go to the doctors. He's not going to get anything like reoccurring fixed. There we go. There we are. One interesting tie. The Champions League quarter-finals will be Rupel Boom against Club Brugge. That is so good. Club Brugge. They have recently surprised us in the Pro League Super Cup, but we really did decimate them. We were so unlucky not to come away with a win. We got Rangel. It has to happen. Because this is a domestic loan. I can recall him whenever I want. So, sorry. Now, is he getting transferred? Yes, the 4.5 star potential player here, decent right wingers getting transferred to us at the end of the season. If it turns out to be 4.5 stars, not bad. If he doesn't, we can still probably sell him for quite a nice amount of money. You'll see some ex players here. Neto is doing all right for them, and Fihio just transferred back into Belgium. What else we got? Favo used to play for us, I believe. Yep. And then I don't know some of them. I don't know. I'm sure that there's a few more players, but memory is not serving me well. Right. That's that. I can't wait. That's going to be one amazing night for Belgian football. One of their teams is guaranteed to go to the Champions League semi-finals, and I cannot wait to knock them out, because it's going to be us. It's going to be us. We're not messing. No messing. Rupel Boom have suffered a lot of pain through the early years with Club Brugge. And this moment, it's not led up to this moment, but this moment is going to be quite a defining moment that we are going to finish on top of. We're not going to laugh in their faces, but we're going to enjoy beating them in such a massive stage. See you next time.